Hi everyone, today I am talking about the Tarte BB Tinted Treatment 12-Hour Primer. So if you're interested in my thoughts and just some quick facts about it, then just keep watching. Okay, so again, we are talking about the BB Tinted Treatment 12-Hour Primer. This does have broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen, which I've talked about before, and I've said that it's very important whenever you get something with SPF sunscreen in it, that it is broad spectrum, which means it's going to give you protection against the UVA rays that age you and the UVB rays that burn you. So again, I've talked about that before, but very important that you get broad spectrum. So make sure to look for that keyword. Now the SPF 30 in it is chemical free. This does retail for $34, and on the Sephora website, it received 4.25 star rating out of 5, which is awesome. Lots of people are loving it. And there are 4 shades available. There is fair, light, medium, and tan. Now I'm about an NC 20 to 25 right now, and my shade is in the shade light, and that's of course in MAC reference. So not light enough for fair, but I'm not dark enough for medium just yet. Maybe towards the end of summer, if I'm, or middle to late summer, if I get a little bit more golden, I might be able to bump up to the medium, but the medium did look a little bit dark. So let me show you what the color looks like and what the formulation looks like. It's more of a very light beige color, so it's not like a cream or vanilla color. It is a light beige, which is why the medium was a little bit too dark. And the consistency is more of a moussey consistency. It's thick, it's not runny, very, very nice. This is a sample that I have that I am still working off of, so you can see even upside down, it's not moving. It is thicker, and that's the color right there. This sample was actually full when I received it, and I've had this for the last probably 3 weeks, I think since Mother's Day weekend. So the sample has lasted a really long time. I would recommend, as I always do, if you're able to get a sample of anything, then try that first and make sure that you like it and that it's going to work for you. I knew I loved this from the very first moment, which is why as soon as I could, I went ahead and bought the full size. So yeah, I have had it since Mother's Day because this was a part of my Mother's Day gift. What it claims to be is a BB treatment that has makeup and skincare benefits. So you're getting skincare benefits and makeup benefits with just this one product. So what it does is it acts as a primer, a moisturizer, a light foundation, an anti-aging treatment, and then finally it has your sunscreen in it. So it's a 5-in-1 product, which is actually really, really good. Now, I think it's very important, in all fairness, that whenever talking about a product and reviewing it, that you don't go off claims that it does not make. So there's, claims that it makes on the back of the packaging, on the side of the packaging, and that's what basically I go off of. So it does claim to be a light coverage foundation. It's optional to use just as a foundation alone. If you have really good skin and you don't have like acne scars or a lot of acne, I would say you can totally get away with just using this as your foundation. Otherwise, it's a great base and primer to lay your actual foundation on top, which is what I do, and I will talk about that in a little bit more depth later. But very important to note that this, just because it has tint to it and color to it, that it does not claim to be a full coverage product. So just make sure that you're very aware of that. If you're looking for something full coverage that you can wear alone, this is not it. But what I love about it is that it just really, first of all, it goes on so silky and creamy. It's so easy to blend, and it definitely blurs all my imperfections. So it definitely gives me great coverage, but not enough coverage. So just using it alone, it just really covers up and conceals all the redness and just blurs those imperfections. So really nice as a primer, love it. It's also important to note that this is an oil-free product, and it does claim to be 12-hour wear. I would definitely say it's 12-hour wear. Oil-free is very important for somebody like me with sensitive skin who tends to break out. So the fact that it's oil-free is awesome. Now, I do want to say it does have titanium dioxide, and that's a 4.55%, which is for your sunscreen. And it also has a 3.50% of zinc oxide. So if you are allergic to any of that, either one of those key ingredients, I would say stay away from this. Otherwise, definitely give it a shot. This also has a diffusing light that helps to improve or even out that skin tone, as well as minimize the appearance of any fine lines and wrinkles you have, and additionally minimize any pores, any enlarged pores, which I definitely have, especially in this area right here in my nose area. This is more of my trouble zone right here. Okay, so let's talk about how to use this product. As I said, you can use it either alone or under foundation. If you have great skin or you don't care about really concealing everything, definitely you can use this alone. But for every other time where I need more full coverage, I still use this as a primer and then put my foundation on top. So what I do is on clean skin, I always still moisturize, even though this, you know, claims to have moisturizing properties. It's just a habit of mine. I like to have my moisturizer on. So I put my moisturizer on, I let that sit, and then I go in with my Tarte BB primer after about a couple of minutes. And what I do is I just dab it on, I just put dots all over my face, and then I blend it in with my fingers. Now I have tried using a foundation brush because they say that you can use a foundation brush to blend it in if you're not somebody who likes to use your fingers, which typically for foundation, I do not like using my fingers. I prefer a brush. But for this primer, I just feel like I'm getting more product onto my skin as opposed to the brush. So definitely, I personally prefer my fingers for applying this. Again, just dot it all over, blending it all in, and then going in with my foundation for that day and then just putting it on top, and it just gives a beautiful finish. I feel like this helps minimize my use of concealer on my face, which is really good because that's less products that I have to put on. Okay, so I also want to let you know that if you do plan on using this alone, even though the consistency is on the thicker, moussier side, it is a very, very lightweight product. You really don't feel it go on, and again, it just feels so like silky and creamy. It just feels wonderful and it blends like a dream. I personally really love this product, and I can't foresee me wanting to use another primer because it's great. And I love the fact that it has your makeup and skincare benefits, but it also gives you that light coverage. So it's not like you're having to continue to build up foundation and get that fuller coverage. I feel like you use less products even though you're layering with two products, like using this as a primer and then going in with a foundation on top. You're actually, or I find that I'm using less foundation because of the light coverage that this already gives, and I'm getting makeup and skincare benefits, which is awesome. So I think this is going to be a great product, especially in the summer, because if I'm going to the beach or just going somewhere for the weekend with my hair up and I don't want to wear a lot of makeup, I'm just going to use this and be out the door. I'm not going to be so concerned about blemishes or anything like that. So, you know, if you're having one of those days where you need to go somewhere and you don't need to look as flawless, I guess, then this is going to be great. If you need to go run errands or you're just going to the pool, put this on. It has your sunscreen in it. It's going to give you a little bit of coverage. It feels great. It's not heavy. The only problem I foresee with this is maybe people finding a shade that works for them because there's only 4 shades available. I do wish there was a wider range of shades, but there's not. And I forgot to show you the actual packaging of the product. I am sorry. This is what the actual packaging looks like. So you get, I think it's a standard 1.0 fluid ounce, if I remember correctly. Yes, this is a 1.0 fluid ounce. And so it's your typical standard amount of foundation. And that's what the packaging looks like. It is a tube, which I actually prefer. I like that it's a tube. I feel like it's going to be easier to use. And it has a little, you know, kind of like a bamboo screw top. And then it is covered in foil, which again, I have not opened because I'm still working off of my sample. This is also formulated without mineral oil, which is good. And it says it serves as a healthy treatment, 12-hour primer, buildable coverage, oil-free moisturizer, pore minimizer, skin brightener, and a chemical-free sun protector. So that's everything it does in a nutshell. Okay, so I think I pretty much covered everything from price to ratings to what it claims to do to how to use it. So I hope that helped you if you had any questions on this. So hopefully that helped you. If you have any additional questions that maybe I didn't cover or any concerns or comments, please leave them down below. If you have tried this, let me know what you think of it. And I hope that you guys are having a great weekend, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.